I'm Ann, and Mom is Caroline Field. She was born in Portland, Oregon in 1925. She just celebrated her 89th birthday. And she's doing real well at 89.
And I've lived in Portland all my life until I came here.
Mom was madly in love with someone in high school, and she married him. That's my dad, Roland Field. They got married just after she graduated from high school, and it was in 1942? 43. And my dad was in his Marine uniform because he was getting ready to go fight in the South Pacific. So she was kind of like a war bride there.
On the day I got married, I skinned my knee on the sidewalk playing football.
The story about kids is Mom always wanted to have 4 kids. And she has an older brother and a younger sister. And she thought it was really neat to have an older brother. So she wanted a boy and then a girl, and then a boy and then a girl. So each of her daughters would have an older brother to bring boys home. After the war, my dad came home, and 10 months later, I was born. And she almost felt like she was a failure because she didn't have a boy first. And what if she never, ever had a boy? Scotty and I are a year apart. Mark came along 3 years after Scotty, and then Russell was 2 years after that. Yeah.
My 4 little kids, my girl and 3 boys.
Mom's a baker. She loves to bake. And so she would always have lots
every other day.
Absolutely. One of her best friends' name was Betty. She and Mom used to make really beautiful tiered cakes. When Scotty was going to get married to Janet, Mom and I were busy making his cake, decorating it on her birthday, because his wedding was the day after her birthday. Remember that? That was great fun.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
One story that I love to tell about my mom, when we were in grammar school, she was in the PTA. I mean, she was very active in the PTA. And she's always been somebody, if you need something done, she would get it put together, you know. And because she was so active, her buddies there wanted her to be president of the PTA. And she told them, if you vote for me to be president, I will not come back here. And they elected her president, and she never went back to the PTA.
Nope, I wouldn't hold office.
Some of my very best memories growing up are being with her mother, my grandma, and Mom, and the things that we used to do together. And
make things.
Every year we would make some kind of special ornaments for the Christmas trees. Of course, the fondest memories I have are of Thanksgivings and Christmas dinners, because you'd have a house full at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and everybody would be there.
Oh, we get together every holiday. We're always together.
You used to enjoy going to see movies at the St. John's Theater.
Yeah, 10 cents. Yeah, walk to the theater.
And tell them about the candy.
What's that?
The penny candy that you used to get.
Oh, across the street was a Black Cat, and you get a whole big sack of candy for a nickel. Of course, that was a different time, was during the Depression. And no one had any money. We'd just get together on Friday night, and the parents would play cards, and we'd stand behind a chair and learn how to play.
I brought my mom down here because she was very ill, and her doctors in Portland couldn't figure out what was wrong. And being the controller that I am, I said, I'm going to bring her down here, and I'm going to find doctors, and we're going to take care of this. And the Haciendas was a perfect place, because not just because they take good care of my mom, but they have a really good nursing staff that looked after her and could alert to anything that was going on. What I've noticed most is that the people who work here spend the time to talk with someone every day, and try to give them, you know, some kind of interaction so that they can not feel lonely all the time.
I have had a great life. I wouldn't change it for anything. You don't have to have money, just good friends.